we are live in Kansas City, Missouri.
Here we are.
We are here for the first, and we're celebrating. We haven't celebrated quite yet. I mean, pot is legal in Missouri as of 2 days ago.
Yes, it was.
It just dropped in, but it's interesting. We've been doing this show for 2.5 years, and I met you in person for the first time.
First time today.
2 hours ago?
Yeah.
2 hours ago.
I landed at the airport, and Anthony pulled up in a limousine. He had a tuxedo.
I did.
He held up a sign, said Bush, and I walked over. He opened the door for me, and it was great. Didn't talk to me the entire ride back to the house. Made me sit in the back by myself.
Yeah, I don't believe in conversations on the at first eye glance. And I was originally gonna do I was gonna have like the boombox over my head and play music for you to try for you to find me.
That would have been awesome.
It didn't work out to how I was hoping it to, but no, we're here.
I'll have to show you our new logo. We made a fun logo at the winery for Say Anything.
Oh, really?
And it says S of H anything, and it has the silhouette, but it has my face on it, and then it says soundtrack to the hit winery below it.
Nice.
Anyway, that's going to be our new Sub Pop insert that we do for our wine club this month.
Well, that is awesome. Well, 2.5 years. So I was thinking back. Let's cut the music completely. I was thinking back to the first time I actually got to know you, which would have been. I looked up today, and I have it. It was the Strangest Tribe interview back in the summer of 2019. And it was the summer of 2020 when we did our first show, August 21st of 2020.
That's crazy.
You want to know the craziest thing? August 21st of 2005 is when I met my wife.
Oh, how about that?
So
which one's more important?
I would like to.
You better not.
So now that you know exactly my choice right there. Oh my God.
Mm-hmm. She's not watching. I'm sure she's not.
Oh, probably not. She doesn't watch any of my shows. Matt, who is a regular on the show. What up, dudes? Awesome to see you two together. Thank you. Trey anything instead of say anything. That's a good one.
Ooh,
that's a t-shirt.
Dagnabbit.
God, with it always Brad that comes up with the clever ideas. I mean,
well, Brad has some clever t-shirts of his own.
He does. I don't know where he gets them from, but he does a good job. So here's the questions come through. Does Trey approve of the stemware?
Where's the beep button?
Wait. I'll give it to you.
It's fine. It'll get the wine from the glass to the gullet. That's the main thing.
Well, so let's talk about that. About why we have this wine.
Well, we went to Hy-Vee, which it's not the fanciest wine shop. I'm not gonna lie.
No.
Not gonna lie. It's a grocery store here in Kansas City, probably in the Midwest, and went and walked all of their aisles, and was fairly disappointed. But anyway, we did come across in their little reserve section, or their high-end section, if you want to call it. I did find a nice bottle of Bordeaux. This is Chateau Gloria from St. Julien. It's in Bordeaux, France.
Oh.
And this is on the left bank of the river.
Nice.
Right bank and left bank. Left bank means it's Cabernet dominant. 19 vintage. This is 65% Cab, 25% Merlot, 5% Cab Franc, 5% Petit Verdot. So it's a Bordeaux blend, but it's Cabernet Sauvignon dominant. And it's a baby, 2019. Bordeaux, they're really known for aging for 10, 15, 20 years at least. And so we're drinking this wine very young, but it's pretty delicious. Got big tannin, kind of dark fruited, a little leathery, kind of classic. It's not quite as fruit forward as wines from the New World, but I appreciate it.
I will say it was intimidating going wine shopping with you. I was intimidated. It's almost like going to car shopping with Elon Musk who made Tesla. Like you can't.
I wouldn't do that though.
But here's the thing. We were, we're going
That's
around.
the analogy you went with.
Yeah, well, I mean, he made a car. You make wine.
He did not make a car. He ended up taking over a company of a guy who designed that entire car. He takes credit for it. He did not do that. But anyway, yes, go ahead. How about Lee Iacocca?
I don't know who that is.
Chrysler, the guy invented Chrysler.
I see. I knew that. I was testing you. I don't fucking know. This is the so but we walk it. So originally I was going to take you to Red Door, which is the place I normally go to. That
Nice wine shop.
they take advantage of me.
Yeah.
So it's like,
Apparently everything in Missouri is closed on a Monday.
ain't that the damn truth?
Everything.
Everything's closed.
We tried to go to a barbecue place.
I was going to take you to the good barbecue place, closed.
Closed.
I was going to take you to the wine shop, closed.
Yeah.
And then I just gave up and I said, we're going to go. I didn't realize that it was a big deal for Five Guys for you because you've never had Five Guys burgers and fries.
It was a great burger.
So we went to Five Guys.
Yeah.
And you got to meet my son.
I did. It was awesome. Got to watch him play soccer.
Yeah, you did. You got to watch him.
I learned a lot about developmental league soccer today. I had no clue that was just such a big thing.
Yeah, it's, and I'm glad that you got to see it because some people like don't understand it and they think I'm crazy. But
yeah, they think it's like the YMCA coach out there coaching whatever. It was like there was 2 kids in the goal. There's a full-time goalie coach.
Yep.
From Brazil, what was his name?
Yep, Paulo.
Mm-hmm. Matt Paulo. And 5 days a week after school, and then they play games on weekends.
Yeah.
And Brady is 13 years old.
He just turned 13, yep.
Yeah, that's just crazy. But it's amazing. It's amazing. So.
Yeah, no, it's I'm proud of him. I mean, so Brady just got a concussion protocol. He had a concussion, so he's been doing that. But yeah, it was cool. But yeah, so we ate dinner.
Yep.
And then we went to Hy-Vee, and it was I will say, like, watching you walk through the aisles and my favorite part of everything is that we're going through the shelves. They're all labeled like where they're from. And then in the right corner of Trey's eye, he sees Missouri and he's like, nope, not interested. He just kind of there was no like
Missouri. This is like probably the 5th largest wine producing state, 5th or 6th in the country. So you've got California, Washington, Oregon, New York, Virginia.
Yep.
And I think Missouri's probably right after that. I wouldn't doubt it.
Well, I will say this. I've had wine from all of those states. I love Virginia wine. I might be a little,
I'm sure there's some great Virginia wines.
They're 100%.
Sure yeah.
But I've tried 4 local wineries here. Like I've tried promoting the show because I really would like to take the show to wineries and like do it from there to like promote their product.
Yeah.
Kind of do it. And every time I drink their wine, I'm like, I couldn't lie to someone to tell you this was good. Like this, it was gross.
Yeah.
Like it's very like acidic, like in not a good way. Like it's just garbage.
Yeah.
So just shit.
I don't know what to tell you. I mean, they're working with hybrid grapes, so it's just they're not the same. The term they use is foxy, Foxy. That's the term they use for the way they sometimes smell and taste.
Okay.
They're just a little kind of wild, I guess. Anyway, I've had a couple of Norton grape wine. The Norton is a hybrid grape. That's the main grape in Missouri for sure. I remember my friend Eric McLaughlin, who used to be my next door neighbor. We had a blind tasting of Syrahs, and he threw in a Norton from Missouri.
Okay.
And it was actually from a fairly reputable winery here in the state. I couldn't remember who it was. Anyway, he said it was. I mean, in the blind tasting, it actually showed really well. I never would have guessed. Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe I just haven't. Now, listen, I have a buddy of mine I was in the fire department with in Virginia whose family owns a winery like in northern Kansas City. It's the Van Til Winery. And I haven't been there yet, but I'm nervous because I want to go there with like an open mind. But I've literally struck out every time I've had wine here. And I'm like, I don't want to go there. And the guy's going to ask me an opinion. And I'd be like, listen,
straight up tell me you don't know anything about wine.
No, I can't lie to him like that. I mean, here's the thing. Like, I've been spoiled.
You would be lying.
I would be. I've been spoiled by the wine. Like this is fantastic.
It's delicious.
This is really good. Like this is spoiled. Like I feel spoiled.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. No, this is good.
Chocolatey.
Ooh.
Anyway, I like it. A lot of oak, but this wine in 10 years will be holy crap. It'll be incredible.
Really?
Yeah.
But we've already opened it. We can't do it anymore.
Well, you can go back and buy another bottle and put it in your new wine cellar you're going to build down here with all your construction.
Yeah. Brad knows about my construction. You know about my construction. I don't know when that construction's happening. Every time I think I'm going to do it, it could. Wait. Anthony could only drink KC wine with his pre-Trey palate. That is 100% true. It is.
Probably would have.
Because before, like I was joking with you, when I go into a store and look at wine, I'd literally look at the label. Like there was one today that we looked at. And I joked to you. I'm like, look, it says drink with pizza. I'm like, I like pizza. Why wouldn't I get that? It tells me to drink pizza.
It's a clever marketing ploy.
For people that are dumb like myself.
I don't know. Dumb's not the right word. It just have not developed a real palate for wine. In other words, what tastes, I always say this to you. Just drink what you want to drink. If it tastes good to you, don't let anybody else tell you what's good or what's not good.
Mm.
If you try something, it's like, oh, that tastes really good to me. Then it's really good to you. Why
Yeah.
would anyone try to talk you out of that?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think
unless it's aged in a whiskey barrel, and I will tell you not to drink that.
I,
Or if it's chocolate wine, I will tell you not to drink
the
that.
first 2 episodes of the show you cannot go back on because I was so excited, like going back and 2.5 years ago, going back and going, wow, so excited about this. It has all these makings of all these fantastic things, and you're like, well, what the hell are you drinking, Anthony? And now look at us. But it's interesting. So, and now you're here because, which I love. The story of you coming here is my favorite. I'm sitting on the couch. The
This
text
is last month, by the way. Last month.
Yeah, you
3
text
weeks ago, 4
yeah,
weeks ago. Yeah.
and you text me. And here's the thing: you're not the only person who's done this. I've literally had more people spend the night here in the year. It'll be a year I own this house next week than I've ever had
More than Virginia.
than ever in Virginia.
Yeah.
I mean, you've been here. Bailey's been here. I've had Michelle, Rhiannon. I've had Brad. I've had Daryl. I mean, the list can continue on. My guest room has been Hotel 6,
There we go.
which is fine.
Change the sheets, right?
Not since Brad was here. I left. Brad Stank is 100% on those sheets waiting for you up there. No, my wife was very much last night. We were cleaning the house, and whoever's ever stayed here knows how my wife is. She's like, my wife gets very like, oh my God, like I don't want him to think anything of me. We got to clean the house. We got to make sure it's clean. Is the guest room clean? Is he gonna look in the closet? We got to make sure the closet's clean. Do I have a woman voice on here? Hold on.
We gotta make sure the bedroom's clean. You gotta clean the bedroom. And now we gotta vacuum and we gotta steam clean and we gotta make sure the house is perfect.
That is exactly what happened yesterday. So we did that. Michelle wants to know what we're drinking again.
Chateau Gloria. It's from Bordeaux. It's from appellation called Saint Julien. And there are several appellations in Bordeaux, but Saint Julien's one of them. And yeah, it's mostly Cabernet. I think this was about $60, and which is like probably a moderate price for Bordeaux. Some Bordeaux is very, very expensive. Some of it's thousands of dollars a bottle. I remember Brady looking at. He's like, "Is that $130 a bottle? Who would pay that?"
I really wish I would have had Brady take pictures. I think that would have been a good one of us in there shopping because Brady was shocked. There was a couple of things like they had like a limited edition like University of Kansas like basketball fucking wine. That was like $400, but you know that's a gimmick.
That's definitely a gimmick.
That's definitely a gimmick.
Yeah.
But no, this is I like this. This makes me want to cut up some cheese. I feel like I should have some cheese right now.
Let's go do it, Brady.
Hold on. I call upstairs and Heather be like,
Get it your fucking self, Anthony.
so that would be that's exactly what happened. I'm telling you, the fact they've upgraded this so I can have different voices is the worst thing that Rode ever did. It's going to be interesting as I continue through here.
I like it.
So no, it is good. So yeah, but if we think about all the wines I've drank over the last 2.5 years, and I've learned, and we talk about this palate, it is interesting because I do go out, drinking. I go to restaurants and stuff, and I'll be asking questions, and then it's funny how uneducated the people are that are selling me the wine.
Sure.
So I think this also ties into why you're here, and that's why I think like especially wine drinkers who drink good wine need to be educated on what they're drinking, because a lot of times I think people get turned off on wine because they get caught up in the gimmick of things at stores or going to a restaurant and be like, hey, this is what you need to drink, and then it's shit. It tastes like feet.
Yeah, yeah, and then also just it's such a stuffy beverage in general.
Yeah,
and the way it's presented to you in a nice restaurant, or the way it's presented to you, even if you go to a nice wine shop and stuff, and you don't know the first thing about wine, hopefully you're going to run into, someone who's like, oh no, bro, what kind of stuff do you like? But when you listen to like wine geeks talk to themselves about wine, they're using adjectives and stuff. It just no one talks about any other food that way.
No
one even talks about beer that way, really.
No.
And so it has a bit of an elitist feel to it as a beverage, and also price point wise too. There's not a lot of beverages that are expensive like that.
No.
You can go buy a 6-pack of beer for $10.
Yeah.
And so we this at our winery, we are definitely not a stuffy winery.
No.
We still make world-class wines, but we're just not uppity about it, I guess.
Well, it was interesting because do you remember the first question I asked you on our first episode? You don't remember this? I said, what should I wear during the episode? You don't remember this?
No.
I said, I felt like when I think of people
Should
who
I
drink
wear
wine,
should I wear a cravat?
I was thinking I need like a
smoking jacket.
I think smoking jacket, a cigarette in the corner of my mouth. Like I figured like one of those like the hats that like those red hats with like the.
We should play some jazz music.
That's right, little in the background. It is. I don't know. It's just I guess there's just like this idea of what it's supposed to be when it's really not. I personally would rather, like, if I have friends here and I know they drink wine, I'd rather open a bottle of wine, drink a bottle of wine, have a conversation with them than I would and eat some cheese, have some meat, have some steaks, than drink beer. Like I used to be a beer snob, really hardcore. Now I just drink Michelob Ultra because I was fat and Michelob Ultra is like the if you want to get skinny beer. But no, I mean, I do prefer wine over the last 2.5 years of doing this. Like it has opened up my palate. I will say that you have spoiled me with a lot of the different wines that you send me, or you'll be like, hey, Anthony, when you're there, this is what you want to look for. And that's what, because typically I would overlook a lot of the things that you would tell me to look for because I just wasn't educated. But now, like, just my palate has considerably opened up. And I know, like, well, Anthony, you don't want to drink red wine with this. You actually want to maybe go to a rosé, or you want to go to something else because that actually fits that palate. And that it's smarter that way.
Yeah, I think so.
But that's why you're here in Kansas City.
I'm here to sell wine. That's
right, because a couple weeks ago, I get a text message. And here's the thing: if you're a good friend of mine and you send me this text message, I'm never going to say no.
Yeah.
My wife, on the other hand, might say something, and you'll meet her in a little bit, and I'm really hoping she's not watching the show because it's going to be later. She's going to be super nice to your face and get in the car.
All right, she'll be like, Anthony, I am not like that at all. Why do you always portray me to be the bad guy? I am not that mean.
So it's going to be interesting later if she is watching us. Otherwise, it's fine. But no, you mentioned, hey, do you have a guest room? Was the text message I got. Yeah. I said, yeah, why? He's like, I'm coming to Kansas City. I'm like, all right, you've got a place to stay.
That's awesome. Yeah, I appreciate that.
Oh, anytime.
So I'll be working the market, selling wine tomorrow and Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
Wine tastings Tuesday night and Wednesday night at different wine shops. Underdog Wines here in Kansas City, my friend Ryan's shop. I'll be there Wednesday night.
Nice.
And then tomorrow I'm at Boomers. Where am I at tomorrow?
Gomers
on the north side.
Correct. Gomers is a big chain here. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I'll be at Gomers doing some sort of a wine education class tomorrow from 6 to 8.
Never heard of Underdog. I'm gonna have to check that one out, I guess.
Yeah, it's a small shop, probably just like your local one here.
Okay.
It's a family owned winery kind of place. They buy
nice
small production stuff.
I'll have to check. Yeah, I'll have to check. I'll find out what that is.
Yeah.
But now we're here, and
here we are. Yeah. So So Bordeaux. Cabernet, we make Cab, but it just tastes different everywhere it's grown. Bordeaux tend to be not quite as fruit forward as New World wines.
Okay.
Although that's changed a little bit as the climate has changed over there. It's getting a little warmer.
Yeah.
They can get things a little bit riper. But they're typically meant for long-term aging.
Okay.
And so when people invest in Bordeaux, when they say invest, they buy wine with the intent of laying down. Those wines also increase in value. There are plenty of people who actually trade. They use it instead of putting money in the stock market, they'll buy wines that they know are going to increase in value.
Really?
Yeah.
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy. But there's plenty of people who do that. And then, so these wines are really meant to be consumed down the road, but we popped it open. It's pretty delicious. You already out of wine? Can't have that.
Well, I mean.
Not on the computer?
No, just, yeah. Well, it's funny, I was thinking about this a while ago. We should have probably with I didn't realize this we should have done like a whole like with legalization in Missouri. We should have done a whole like.
We should have done that. Also, you didn't drive me by a store on the way in.
I mean, I do have stuff up in.
I forgot. I didn't bring my vape pen on the plane.
I have what did I get? So I went so Missouri last week on Saturday. I'm sorry. I'm in the car. And we're going to a Sporting KC clearance warehouse sale. So like we wanted to get like some stuff for the upcoming season. So we're in the car and I was going with someone. The guy's like, "Hey, did you hear that they legalized pot yesterday?" I'm like, and for me, I have it on my calendar of like it's February 26th or whatever it was. And I'm like, "What?" So I looked on the website and literally the mayor was like one day, you know what? Legalize tomorrow. So I went and I was like, I want to I wanted to see how far we can push Heather.
Yeah.
So I went and got these. I got a couple things. I got a candy bar that I gave Heather 30 milligrams of a hybrid.
Yeah.
And and then I got these fast acting gummies. They're 10 milligrams a piece.
Yeah.
So and they're supposed to be like kick in. I mean, I can get those. Those can kick in during Evenflow. But just
We haven't
saying.
taken him yet.
We haven't taken him yet. No, not yet. But I mean, you know, it's interesting. So we could have celebrated that, but it was all long term. But I will say this, right? I've been doing podcasting now since 2016. My first show I ever did was right after I got back from Boston. It was in September of 2016. I did Anthony. It was called. I did. Tap Time Live with Anthony. It was a show where I got different beers, would drink them, talk shit, and then I'd had like the Strangers Tribe Live minute where I was like talking about like Pearl Jam stuff.
Okay.
But it was an it was complicated show with a ton of topics. Nobody ever stayed for the whole show. And but I counted the other day based off all the shows. I've done 500 shows. This is the 500th podcast I've ever done.
That's worthy celebrating right there.
Oh no, it's not, because most of those are terrible, like garbage. Like really, I mean, you know, this show is the most consistent show. Longevity. Like there's been times you went on vacation, but then we double up the next month. But consistently, you and me doing the show, we are literally breaking pretty close to 2 million downloads of our show, and
that's
probably
amazing.
in the next 3 months or so.
We're gonna run out of Pearl Jam songs to talk about.
No, we got a fucking ton to talk about.
I know we
There's
do.
a shit ton of songs to talk about.
Yeah.
And
I mean, we haven't even done Last Kiss yet, the best song ever.
let me tell you exactly how I feel about that. Last Kiss is, you know how it is. All right, let's see. We got a lot of things going on.
Man.
Oh wow. Love Bordeaux Michelle says Laura Brannigan inspired? Don't know what that means. Laura Brannigan? You know her?
Laura Branigan.
Yeah, you know her, right?
Yes.
Oh, I know exactly who that is.
Come on.
Okay. I didn't drink all weekend, got my COVID booster and flu shot, so now I'm drinking on a Monday and have to work tomorrow. That is how you do it. Love seeing you two together. There we go.
Oh.
Come to Ohio, Trey.
Oh.
Not Ohio?
I mean, we have our wines in Ohio, Cincinnati and Cleveland.
There you go.
So go to the fine wine shops, ask for sleight of hand.
Trey says, they say, Trey, you are having Richard Suver at your winery or place in Seattle. You're going to go see Painted Shields that weekend as well.
You know, unfortunately, Painted Shields playing Friday night, Saturday night, and I think on Monday night. And both Friday night and Saturday night, I've got shows. I've got Richard Stuverud and Planets in the Ocean on Friday night, March 10th. And then I've got Chris Friel has one of his bands playing, and then Rick Friel, his brother,
Okay.
has his band called Fingerbread Muffin. I swear to God, he must have just made that up on the spot when I asked him the name of the band. And then I typed it in, and it autocorrected to gingerbread. I'm like, well, he must have meant gingerbread muffin. And I texted Rick. I said, check, you meant gingerbread muffin. He's like, no, fingerbread. I'm like, fingerbread
Interesting.
muffin it is.
Interesting.
So anyway, unfortunately, I'm not going to make the either Painted Shield show, and then I've got to get back on Sunday, and so I'm going to miss the Monday show. I'm really, really bummed about missing that too, because I really love the first album.
Fantastic.
Yeah. And we're putting I got a variant copy of the that's going to be one of our vinyl.
Nice.
I can't talk about that. Never mind.
No, you can't talk about that?
Delete that.
Oh, of course, Brad sends me, oh, Gloria. Okay, I got it now. All right. Brad says we just opened a 2011 Sandhill Syrah.
Which one?
2011.
Oh, Sandhill Winery. That winery is on Red Mountain, and it was on Red Mountain, and they sold the property to Mike Corliss, and which is a neighbor of ours, and they turned that into their estate vineyard, and we've got a 5-acre estate block in that old vineyard now.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder, and I think I got all these ideas rolling through my head that we should have did. I should have blindfolded you and put like 6 wines out and see if you can tell me what things are. Hey, Heather.
Hi guys, how are you? What's happening?
Heather, Trey, Heather.
Nice to meet you.
I told you he's not a serial killer. I told you he wasn't a serial killer. That's all right. That's all right. That's all right. They were whatever. And then let's see here. Mark Kirby. I'm gonna give him applause for this. Has his first wine class on March 22nd. Good for Mark.
Look at that.
All right. Wine futures, bourbon futures, Pearl Jam merch futures, lots of ways to invest. Oh, that's a good point. Good way.
Yeah, for
That's
sure.
it. We don't talk about Pearl Jam futures because my wife is counting on the moment I die so she can
Just sell all your shit.
sell all my shit. That's
retire
right.
in Hawaii.
Oh, you know it, dude. She is literally.
That is gonna be my retirement.
You know how it is. Let's see. I want to come stay at the K's household. The door's always open. What's wrong? Okay. And did Heather bring cheese? Hold on. You know what? This is a good test. I have texted her many times, and she will bring it normally.
Don't make her do that. It's ridiculous.
Okay. All right. I can do it, but we can do it. So, but we're here.
Yeah.
2.5 years later, we finally met. You've met my family.
And what's interesting is we're going to be talking about a song that I'm surprised we haven't talked about yet.
Well, you know,
which is weird, right? Like this is one of the certainly one of the top. Probably, I'm going to guess it's the top 2 played songs ever.
we can find that out real quick.
Yeah. We're going to be talking about Evenflow tonight, which I'm sure you knew that if you're tuning in.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I can't imagine this song wasn't in the. It's got to be top 2, Evenflow and Alive, right?
I would think so. Well, Alive wasn't Alive. Stopped. They stopped playing Alive a little bit for a while. It's been played 881 times.
How many?
881.
That's incredible.
Crazy, huh?
But it doesn't tell you what number. It doesn't tell you what.
I know there's a stat thing on here somewhere. I have to message him.
All right.
Let's go to stats. Hold on. Let's go to top 10. Oh, nope. Top 10 closers, shows, no. Song count. I have no idea. Brad will know in about 10 seconds. But you know, here's the thing about this song. This is why we held off on some songs of this. Evenflow is interesting to many people because some people love the song, and it's a song that got them into Pearl Jam. Like, this is a song they saw on MTV. This is that video they saw of them playing live, and it was interesting, and it got them hooked on the band. And then there's some people that like fell out of love with it. And then there's
if you've seen the band as many times, a lot of people have seen it.
Sure.
And it's played every show. And when you're going to shows, part of the reason you go to a Pearl Jam show is because you're most likely you're gonna for sure you're gonna see a different set list every night, and especially as they put more albums in their catalog, and so by the time they had 4 or 5 albums in their catalog, they were probably hoping to hear something other than Evenflow, which they probably already heard 30 times at that point.
Sure.
That's my guess as to why they fell out of love with it, because they wanted to hear maybe one of the new songs or so. I've heard people say they go to the bathroom when Evenflow plays.
That is a common thing I've heard.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: Mike McCready's guitar solo in Evenflow changes every
time.
fucking time.
Yeah.
Listen, it's an easy song to sing.
Is it?
I think so.
Can you sing it?
I mean, maybe. I think I know the.
Where's your Eddie Vedder voice on that thing?
Let me see. Hold on. Let's see.
Evenflow. No.
Oh.
Evenflow. Nope. Okay.
Pretty good one though.
Evenflow. Not that one either. How about this one? No. Okay. I don't think I got one.
Okay.
I can have Heather sing it.
Evenflow. That's a red like butterflies.
It's one thing I know that your equalizer thing here doesn't have.
Mm-hmm.
It for sure doesn't have auto-tune. Based on what I just heard from you.
I thought we were friends. But I guess that changed.
Listen, we all sing that song out loud.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
How many songs do you think you sing during a Pearl Jam show and incorrectly sing the lyrics?
Every song, because I don't know the lyrics to every song. For sure. There's definitely wrong lyrics in every song I sing. I
definitely sang Corduroy wrong until I went to LA and I started to put the lyrics up on the poll, and I was so pissed at myself for how wrong I was singing the fucking song for 25 years.
Yeah. Just sing it the way you want to sing it.
It frustrates me now because I know the actual lyrics, and I'm like, or it's like, so when Eddie Vedder was on Howard Stern and he said, "Hey, in Yellow Ledbetter, when you say, are you the boxer or the bag or the punching bag?"
Yeah.
And Eddie's like, "Well, man, those lyrics are deep, but that's not what I say." I was like, wait a minute.
What the hell were you singing?
What the fuck were you singing then?
No one knows what he's singing.
No one knows what he's singing. Oh my God.
There is, I think I told you this, there's a Japanese mini disc out there. I still have it packaged. It was red. And on the back of the packaging, it was Sony packaging, has the lyrics to Yellow Ledbetter. But when you look at it and you listen to him singing, you're like, There's no fucking way this
There's
is
no
what that
fucking way.
is.
That's wrong, yeah.
I mean, I don't know who put those on there and what they were thinking it was, but they are not the correct lyrics.
Well, it's funny because even like so I remember when Gigaton came out and everyone was like trying to figure out what the lyrics were, but like Apple had the lyrics associated with it.
Yeah.
Well, Apple had the lyrics wrong for Dance of the Clairvoyant, River Cross, and I think it was Super Blood Wolf Moon. All three songs, the lyrics were incorrect at some point.
Okay.
Because it was basically going through the song and it was like AI technology, like bringing out the lyrics.
Oh.
So they had to correct them. But it was interesting because it was like, wait a minute, that doesn't make sense. But then it just shows you. It just shows you.
Well, maybe if AI can't understand what Eddie's singing, then I feel a little better.
I feel, yeah. If I mean, you know, they're painting shit now. They're making us look like we're better than we really are.
Yeah.
All right. So do we want to talk about Evenflow? Do you want to talk about the state of Pearl Jam? Do you want to? We already talked wine. Is there any other topics you want to talk? Or do you want to talk about music we're listening to? There's a ton of topics we can talk about this evening.
We can. Well, we talked about the Grammys last night.
I didn't watch it. I don't know.
I know. Holly and I watched it. We were, you know, it was interesting. It's music that I don't listen to in general. I don't listen to Adele. You know, we don't listen to Bad Bunny and Sam Smith and all these other people. I like the show part of it. It's entertaining. It's incredible. Watch the dancers up there and just to see the showmanship and stuff. It's a little embarrassing that rock music has fallen out of pocket. That's not popularity, I guess, but there were no rock acts last night. And then when they say, well, Brandi Carlile was on and she's awesome, don't get me wrong, but you know, like
she's not.
Why didn't they have Idols do a song last night?
Yeah,
right.
I agree with you. And here's my thought. Like, I love Brandi Carlile, and I know there's people on here that are big Brandi fans.
Oh yeah,
I know Sam and Brad go see Brandi often.
Yep.
But I don't think she's rock and roll. I think she's more
American.
American.
She's rock and roll, but she is American. But she has, you know, but that's like saying, it's like, what is Jason Isbell? Like Jason Isbell has, you know, it's sort of like the Eagles. Are the Eagles rock? Eagles are rock, but it's country rock, right? It's sort of like a southern country rock, but it's still rock and roll.
Sure, but you're telling me that, like, listen, and I love.
Have you seen her? I mean, her two guitar players. There's two twins.
A little out.
That's fine. Those two twins.
No, they're fantastic.
Incredible.
But you're telling me now. Listen, I thought rock album of the year was you could either or Jack White album.
Yeah.
I thought.
Yeah.
Easily.
Yeah.
Brandi Carlile definitely wins album of the year in alternative, Americana, 100%. Even if she won album of the year, period, I would have. Rock and roll is a different intake for me. Like I you know, it's like the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, which, by the way, Friday, me and Brian Meth will be doing another unnecessary list about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. But it's just interesting when the word rock and roll is not what it used to be.
There you go.
Like you would think she gets no attention in this house the way she. But it is interesting. So, new guess. What's the dog's name? Her dog's name is Lola. Sam, who I knew, Sam is going to be the one that's hard about Brandi. She says, love Brandi Carlile. Brandi shows are rock. And I get that. But her new album is not really rock. If it won album of the year, you wouldn't hear a fuss about it. But I think that there was albums that came out last year, like Jack White is a prime example of it. I thought those albums were fantastic.
Yep.
That are more on the level of rock and roll.
I agree. Fontaine's DC. That was my album of the year last year.
I'm trying to think what else. There was quite a few. Spoon's album. Didn't Spoon's album come out last year?
I don't.
Yes,
maybe,
it did.
But is
beginning.
that rock though?
Oh, come on. Spoon? Yes.
Okay.
Brad, Spoon? Yes. I'm waiting for it.
I mean, Spoon. I like Spoon.
Have you heard the new album?
Maybe.
Oh God, I think the song of the year was from Spoon last year.
Your song of the year.
The song of the year.
Whose song of the year? The
Grammys?
Grammys?
Everyone's song of the year. Are you kidding me? Hold on a second. I put this in the background. Let's see. Spoon's song last year. Spoon put out what was song of the year. Let me. Oh, what?
It's a little mom rock.
No, it's not mom rock. Are you kidding me?
I don't know. Maybe.
Hey. P.S. By the way, look who's on the front page of YouTube. By the way.
Oh, look at that.
I know. Terrible. It looks like I have boobs in that picture, but God.
We'll get you a man's ear.
Thank you very much. Let's see. I'm getting a lot of Brandi is amazing. A lot of Spoon is rock, and the album is excellent. Spoon is great. I'm getting a lot of people who agree. Hold on. I got to get.
Okay.
let's see.
I'll go back and listen to it. No, that's not last year. That's older than that.
No, it's not. So Lucifer on the Sofa came out last year.
Is that
And
right?
yes, and the song is this song right here. Hold on. It's not coming. Hold on, I gotta change it up. But this song is easily the song of the year.
Okay.
Let's see. Output. Yeah. No. Here we go. Input. Yeah, there we go. Okay, now we can do it. I never said I was perfect, Trey. There you go. This screams. This is summer song. This is a jam. This is a. By the way, P.S. I learned a new word. This is a banger. Kids say it. Dude, the build up on this fucking song.
That's good. I like it.
How did this? Listen, I love Brandy Carlisle. This is more rock than Brandy Carlisle.
But they get nominated?
I don't think so.
They did. No.
I just want to drive fast to this song.
It's poppy rock. You can dance to this.
I can dance to this.
That's what I mean, though. It's like it's mom rock.
This is not mom rock.
Are you dancing to this? If you're standing up there, you're dancing. You're like,
I can
you're
dance.
shimmying.
You could put any song on. I can dance to
Are
it.
you gonna put Fontaine's DC? I want to see you dance to that.
What song? What is it called? Hold on. What is this called? Fontaine.
Fontaine's FONTAI. There we go, right there at the top.
Okay.
All right, hold on.
All right.
Let's go right there.
This one?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. This is it. So this is what you think should have been one rock song of the year?
No, this is this album. The Fontaine's album. This here, put right there.
This one?
That one right there.
Okay.
That's the one.
Oh, dude, it's easy. See?
Mm-hmm.
This is easy. I can dance this all day.
Can you?
It's so easy.
Okay. I play this a lot at home. I think Holly's probably sick of. I don't know. Maybe she's not sick of the album, but I've been listening to a lot of Fontaine's DC, Idols, Rolling Blackouts, Coastal Fever, Sub Pop Band, that kind of stuff. These guys are from, I think, Scotland.
They sound like from Scotland.
Yeah. I'll let you give the whole album a listen. All right.
I'll give it to you.
All right.
Now, I will say this. We've talked about this band 100 times already.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you right now, this band.
You're wearing the T-shirt.
I'm wearing the fucking T-shirt.
Are they sponsoring this show?
They should. I'm going to see them 3 times in April. But I'm telling you right now, this band in a year's time is going to be the next big thing.
That's a big statement.
Dude, I'm fucking telling. I mean, ask my wife. My wife doesn't even like music.
How long have they been around?
2 or 3 years, maybe.
Okay.
But I mean, there's something really good about them. There's, and the fact they're from Virginia. Like there's parts of me that still miss it, but this band having only 2 pieces and the way that they can do build-ups is shocking to me. Hey, P.S. by the way, look at this. We're still on the sidelines for on YouTube Live.
How about that?
Mm-hmm.
2 people?
2 people, a drummer and a guitarist.
White Stripes.
Yeah, I could see that, but this drummer stands up, and it's a man.
There we go.
So, here.
Hobosexual. Seattle band.
Oh, it's 2-piece?
Guitar player and drummer. Oh my God. But they're heavy.
Oh, really?
Oh my gosh. So good. But they're on hiatus right now. So
Why are they on hiatus?
I think the drummer wanted just to take some time off. I think he had some medical stuff, some back things maybe. But we had them come down and play a festival in Walla Walla.
Mm-hmm.
They played a wine release party. We had the Crocodile Cafe.
Oh, okay.
We had Hobosexual, Fires, and Sean Smith played.
Wow.
Yeah, that was for the Underground Wine Project. That was pretty cool.
See,
Yeah.
now, this band, 2 pieces.
Yeah.
I'm taking my daughter 3 times to see me in April.
Oh, she likes them?
Yeah.
How much, there's some program stuff, like some beats and whatnot?
There,
Like a bass or...
yeah, I don't know. It's over my head a little bit, but this.
Yeah.
I still think that this could be Song of the Year. No, this is not it. The song that I hear is, oh, no, that's not either. Where the fuck is it? I keep hitting the wrong shit. I am, where is it? Oh, God damn it. Here it is. So I think this has all the potentials to be Song of the Year. I fucking love this song. I've listened to this song to the point where, like, my kids know it word for word.
I've heard this song. You sent this to me.
Love this song.
Yeah.
This is good. But I think
keyboard.
Yeah, so he plays keyboard on the side.
and the guitar?
The drummer is playing keyboard while playing.
Wow. It's impressive.
Oh, it's fucking crazy. I wonder if there's any live videos. Let me see if I do live, and I can actually put it up on the screen.
I need to see if they're coming up to Seattle.
I don't think they are, but I think that they would be successful up there. Let's see, what is this? We just got to do one song, and then.
Oh, they did that Tiny Desk series?
Yeah. Do you know them?
Oh, Tiny Desk is the NPR Tiny Desk series.
I don't know what the hell that is.
What?
I don't fucking
It's like
know.
their music scene, and they basically the bands come into NPR's offices in New York or wherever they are, and they set up. It's literally in their offices. And they just sort of set up a little bitty studio area for them to play,
Oh, really?
and they play in the offices for NPR, and they film the whole thing, and it's great.
All right, I'm gonna show. We're gonna put this on. And we're gonna put it up on the screen so we can all see it.
All right.
Because I think. Let's see. How do I do this? There we go. All right.
Oh, it's a big crowd too. Look at that.
In Virginia they do well. In Virginia they do
So
well.
did Dave Matthews.
Yeah, I don't like Dave Matthews though. There's a difference. So it stands up and plays.
Mm-hmm.
They're playing a bunch of festivals this year.
Awesome. She Here Now gets released tomorrow. The lineup.
Do you think Pearl Jam's on it?
Oh, I have no idea. I mean, I would imagine they would have already announced a couple of other festivals by now.
Are you shocked that we haven't heard anything about that yet?
I haven't even thought about it.
We're gonna talk about that in a second.
Yeah.
But I think we need to get them out in Seattle.
We'll get them to play our place. If they have no name out there,
Yeah, well, I'm down for it.
all right, we'll make it happen. You know these people.
I can't. No, I mean, I go see them live and I shake their hands, but I don't know them personally.
You know, on email basis.
Not yet.
Okay.
But no, good stuff. So definitely check out Illiterate Light. You got Jim. Listen, the guy. Listen, I'm a big My Morning Jacket fan. Just like Julie says here, sounds a little bit like Jim James.
Yeah.
100% agree on that one. P.S. If you're a My Morning Jacket fan, check your emails today. Big announcement came out today about the new forms that are coming out with a lot of special things, but also big rumor coming out about new My Morning Jacket album coming out in April.
Ooh.
So keep an eye out for that.
Have you been to that? You know, they go into Mexico every year.
Listen, if Pearl Jam doesn't play, I am okay. Let's get right into it. Let's kill this. Okay. At this point of every year, if you are a Pearl Jam fan, you are planning your year out about where you're going to travel to. And I want the feedback of people because, oh God, there's a lot of people going on. And I'll get to some of this. Holy shit. I'll get to that in a little bit.
All right.
By this time, are we out of wine, by the way?
No, we have wine.
Oh, sorry.
You drink a lot, Anthony.
I am. This is why, even though I work out so much, I'm still big boned. We are usually planning our year out, where we're going to go, how many shows we're going to see. Did you get tickets? I got tickets. Do you want to split tickets? Are we doing things? I will say I'm glad it hasn't happened yet because financially, I'm not prepared for it quite yet, but are you shocked that we're February? Oh, my watch is dead. Whatever today is, the 6th, and we still haven't heard anything? Like any hints? No rumors? Nothing.
Yeah.
Josh Klinghoffer is now touring with Jane's Addiction through the summer.
Yep.
Matt Cameron is doing his drumming project.
Yeah. Jeff's got a solo project going.
With Richard, just
recorded,
touring. Stone's record label's kind of getting renounced. Doing Painted Shield, not a lot, but he's doing Painted Shield. Eddie has solo tour dates on a couple of small things.
Yeah, he's doing what, Innings Festival.
Yep. And I'm assuming Ohana.
Yeah, he'll do. That's for sure happening.
Yeah,
those got announced. So I could see Eddie playing. See Here Now.
Well, here's the thing. Let me ask you this honestly, and I love Eddie Vedder. I know you love Eddie Vedder.
Yeah.
But is it worth going to a festival?
It depends on what the rest of the festival looks like. If it's got killer bands, I love a good festival. The best festival. Holly sent me a link to a festival this year. It was just loaded with it. At I think Fontaine's Idols was on it. It had LCD sound system, Starfucker. It was an awesome lineup, and I want to say it was in California, but I can't remember. I think the dates were conflicted. I can't remember. Something was happening, but I'd go to a festival that had a great lineup.
So here's my thoughts.
Bottle Rock's gonna be good this year.
Here's the thing with festivals. Most you're gonna learn this over my next few days. I shower like 3 times a day because I'm always like nervous that like I smell. Like I worry about that. So I shower like in the morning, in the afternoon, and at nighttime. And if I work out in between there too, I shower a lot. But I want to make sure I smell. When you go to a festival, those people don't give a flying fuck. They stink.
We talked about this already. It's like Comic-Con.
Here's
right? I mean that's a.
I guess. All right, so you win on that one. But here's the thing. I don't know. Like if I'm going to see Pearl Jam, I want to see Pearl Jam. I did see her now festival a couple years ago. It was fun. I got to see Rain Wolf and Pearl Jam, and I was fine.
Yeah.
I got to see Jackson Pines. Great. But like for the rest of the day, I was like in between bands, like they had like not Alabama Shakes. I don't know.
Alabama Shakes are so good.
Mumford and Sons.
Yeah.
Garbage.
The garbage?
Garbage.
I don't listen to them, but I will tell you the one thing Mumford & Sons did was great was they had that festival that they brought around called Gentlemen of the Road, and they took that around small towns around the country and brought all these big bands in with the idea that it would just push all of the all the vendors were local, right? So there was a lot of money brought into these little towns. And Walla Walla had that. That was 2016 maybe. And we had Foo Fighters, Flaming Lips came to Walla Walla.
I love Flaming Lips.
Yeah, I mean it was so cool. So, but I can't tell you. Mumford & Sons is my favorite band.
Yeah, not a Mumford & Sons.
Yeah,
I will say this: I am getting destroyed on the chat right now.
Oh no, what happened?
Oh yeah, being told it's easier to shower if you have have to wash and dry your hair. That's pretty fucked up. Someone said I didn't smell any smelly people and was hot. Lollapalooza 2008. Tony Bound says, listen, here's the thing. I look at these festivals like I would love to meet someone who's thoroughly excited about like Coachella.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, like if you go to Coachella right now, okay,
Yeah.
and because maybe it's me, maybe it's a me thing and a not a you thing.
All right.
But like if you look at Coachella,
but you're right. I mean, again,
I
Bad
don't know.
Bunny, never, Gorillas. That'd be
Yeah.
interesting. Chemical. Yeah. No, you're
I
right.
don't know.
There's a lot of
Blondie,
I'd
I'd be
electronic,
excited about Blondie. Blondie, I'd be excited about. Everyone else,
Boy Genius is playing there. They're amazing.
Wet Leg. But
Wet Leg is awesome.
Yeah.
Wet Leg is great.
And then the next day,
They did win a Grammy.
Here's the
too,
thing.
by the way.
Well,
That was
let's go to Saturday, and you tell me when you know a band. Blackpink.
Nope.
I don't even know how to say that. Rosalia.
No. Boy Genius is the only band I know in there.
Okay. Hola. Oh, so you know Boy Genius, right?
Yep. I've heard of Remy Wolf.
I get.
Nope.
But I mean, like, here's the thing. Like the next day, Sunday, Frank Ocean, Bjork.
Yeah.
I've never been a
but
Bjork
I-
fan.
yeah,
Yeah,
but-
so you're gonna spend. See, here's the problem. Like I know this summer, Queens of Stone Age is about to go back out on tour. My Morning Jacket's about to go on tour.
Yep.
All these other bands, I'd rather go see them and then be done and then come home.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to jump into a festival. I just,
You need a shower. Understand?
I need a shower.
Yeah.
I need good food.
Yeah.
I need like AC.
Yeah. We should have. Did you watch the documentary about the Fire Festival?
Oh, 100%.
That was so good.
It was fantastic.
Yeah, so good. So those people got what they deserved.
Yeah.
didn't feel
Oh,
bad
God.
for
Oh,
any
no,
of those
no,
people
no.
at all.
They were spending mom and dad's money
Oh, it
and
was
got
ridiculous.
exactly.
Yeah, it was ridiculous. It was ridiculous.
But no, and I've gone to a few festivals. I did Bonnaroo once. Not my cup of tea. I've done See Her Now festival. It was fine.
Bottle Rock's a great one, right there in downtown Napa. It's not like you're in the middle of nowhere and you have to camp. There is no camping there, so staying in hotels or Airbnbs or whatever. But
The only festival I really would like to do, and I know this sounds crazy, is like, and I would only go for a day. Is I'd like to go to Burning Man.
just to experience,
Just to
not
experience
for the music.
No.
obviously. Yeah.
I wouldn't even know who the bands are, but just to experience like that festival environment of people that like. Because you ever watch a documentary about Burning Man?
Oh yeah.
Oh man,
Yeah,
that
it
like
was
that
awesome.
that's crazy because people
Yeah.
like live their lives for those 2 weeks and
Yeah.
then But no, like I don't know. There's a part of me as like if you're going to spend an entire day at a festival from 9 o'clock in the morning till midnight,
Yeah.
and you're going to and you want to see 3 bands, and then the other 14 are not, after a while, it's almost like you just lose, I don't know, your motivation's burning out before you even get to your band.
I think you just need like a place to decompress. Like Sasquatch, which they used to have, and they don't do Sasquatch anymore, but they now have the Thing Festival. Same guy, Adam Zaks puts it on. I always think it's one of the best curated lineups of bands. You know, it's the last Sasquatch, David Byrne, closed out Saturday night with that incredible show he did with like 50 people on stage.
Okay.
TV on the radio. It's always bands that you're like, oh, I like that band. Oh, I like you would know those bands.
Yeah.
Big KEXP bands, essentially. That's the way I think of it. But as long as you have a place to just kind of like get away from all those people, even if it's for like an hour, to like just decompress a little bit. 'Cause sometimes part of the problem with being in a festival all day is you're surrounded by 30,000 people all the time.
Yeah.
And so it's just sort of nice to have some space. And the Thing Festival is spread out on this. It's in Port Townsend on the Olympic Peninsula.
Yeah.
It's sort of a reboot of what Sasquatch was.
Okay.
But the same sort of cool curated bands and stuff. But there's just so many places and different things to do. There's art exhibits and things like that. And there's just places to go and chill. So,
well, here's the thing too, and this is where I think my age is starting to show. Like when I go to shows, and you can ask Brad. I think Brad is he's been to a few shows with me. Like when I go to I don't really take my phone out. I don't record. I'm in the moment. If there's something like, like when we went to the show in Oklahoma, I live streamed it from my chest, and I wasn't even paying fucking attention. I was like shaking, and people were getting pissed. And then I heard like someone complain about it. So I fucking shut the shit off. It's like, I don't got time for this.
Yeah.
But I don't have it above my head. I'm in the moment.
Yeah.
And like, like I took Charlotte to go see a band called Sleigh Bells. And there was a guy, fantastic. We were front row. She was dancing her ass off, loving the moment, like enjoying it. And this one guy streaming it, and he'd get bumped into, and he started yelling at people. Like, you're getting pissed. And I really wanted to just go on the microphone and be like, "Hey, sir, put your fucking phone down. Sir, in the top, yes, you need a haircut, put your fucking phone away." I really feel like I'm getting to that point where it's like, just enjoy the moment. And we all sucker to, we go to Pearl Jam, we want to take a quick picture. Like we were there, we want to show people like, hey, we want to announce, hey, it's show 62, or hey, I got to see, Stranger's Tribe. Or, and I get that. But for those people that are constantly the whole fucking time, just, and then I don't know, man. And then you go to a festival and it's a lot of younger kids going there. And I mean, God, I really am starting to feel old. Like it's just not for me.
Yeah.
So going back to the whole Pearl Jam part of this conversation, we've gone down this massive rabbit hole, and we still we haven't even. God, could you imagine if we did take edibles during the show? I don't know where the hell we'd be right now.
I don't know. Yeah, they'd be bad.
It would be.
Yeah. I should have bought a mushroom chocolate. That would have been a lot of fun.
I've never done that.
Oh shit! I'll mail you a bar.
I'll take it the next show.
There we go.
So once again, we talked about the rumor last episode about potentially having Gigaton or Teraton, which is the worst name ever, which I don't think is ever going to happen. Do you think this year we're getting a new album?
Everything I heard last year was that they were almost done with a second album already.
Yeah.
And so if they're not touring right now, I could see something coming out in the fall.
When they tour, do you think they're going to pull what like the Red Hot Chili Peppers did and do just stadiums?
Albums. Well, remember, Chili Peppers released 2 albums within 2 months of each other last year, didn't they?
I don't know. I don't like Red Hot Chili Peppers. Sorry.
You absorb that for a second.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Anyway, yes, they did. They released 2 albums back to back last year, and then I mean, I don't see him playing clubs, so stadiums seems to be stadiums or short arena tours, sort of broken up. I mean, they're not going to do a 40-date tour again. It's just not going to happen.
Never going to happen. I don't even think we're going to. I think we're going to see 18 shows max, if that.
Yeah.
They don't have to do anymore.
But they have to tour Europe. They don't have to, but they should. But they haven't played in Australia in forever.
But here's the thing. But it was like we talked the last one. If they played Australia, the financial burden, if someone gets COVID and they have to cancel shows while they're down there, and then they have to like in Australia, you still have to be 2 weeks. Like,
So you know what they do? They go to still today.
yeah.
I think they go down there and they plan on being there for 6 weeks, and they play 5 shows, and they take off in between these shows for a week, and they go on vacation with their families, and they go to, you know what I mean?
I get that, but it's, I don't know. Listen, realistically, music is a business. 100%. They don't make money off sales of albums. They don't make money off of streams. We know that for sure.
Unless you're selling 1 million albums, and then you're making some.
Well,
money,
okay.
but,
So
you know,
in the last year, how many albums sold 1 million
I
albums?
don't know. Taylor Swift.
Okay, Taylor Swift, one person. Who now, if you look at her, or even Beyonce, what do? They play 2 shows a week for 6 weeks, and then they're done for a year.
Yeah.
Because they can. And they play Friday and Sunday in the same city. I mean, it's insanity.
Yeah.
But I will say, I think that we're seeing the age of Pearl Jam aging. They don't need a tour. They don't need to. They could go.
They don't need to be abandoned.
They don't need to be abandoned anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going to happen. It's going to be interesting. I do want to go to a comment that I see that I want to bring up because I do think is interesting. You know, Jack White does this thing where, I don't know if you've seen Jack White live.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so he puts your phone in a pouch.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see any phones out. How much more enjoyable is that show?
I mean, it was 2012 or 13 when I saw him. I can't remember if they did that back then.
Oh.
So,
Well, I will tell you, it was fantastic.
yeah. My friend Rusty, I told you saw that show in Nashville.
Yeah.
You know, literally just happened to be on his phone, and when the tickets got announced, and
so
bought them right
crazy.
away. Him and took his brother over there, 150 people in a tiny little venue.
Yep.
It was just incredible.
Yep.
So,
Mike, that was on the show a couple that stayed spent the night here. He went to the show, said it was fantastic.
yeah.
Crazy.
I know you love Jack White.
Mm.
Yeah.
Crazy stuff.
Yeah.
But
Are they going to make the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame? You think they'll make it this year?
well, we're going to talk
their
about
first year, right? There's a first year.
First
they're
year.
eligible. Yeah.
Here's my thoughts. And I'm not going to say too much because Friday is mine and Brian's show about this, but
Yeah.
based off that list, right? White Stripes should easily make it in my opinion. They were
How many are they allowing? 5, 6 a year? What is that? I don't
5
know.
or something like that.
Okay.
And the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, let's see if I can pull it up.
I mean, Soundgarden was nominated. How many times have they been nominated?
That's a great question.
Yeah.
I don't know. But I can give you my choices because I'm pretty sure everybody would know based off the list. Like, all right, well, knowing Anthony, I would assume this. But the nominees for this year are, oh my God, in the nominees, A Tribe Called Quest.
They should, I mean, for sure.
Okay.
Unbelievable.
Kate Bush.
No.
Now she's getting nominated because she was in a Stranger Things song. Okay.
No.
Sheryl Crow. Give her a couple
she's
years.
popular.
Missy Elliott. She's
Missy
not.
Elliott?
No.
No?
No.
Ooh.
Iron Maiden.
I love Iron Maiden.
I'm not a fan.
Oh, my God.
Joy Division, New Order.
Yes, absolutely.
I don't like the fact that they're clumping them together. By the way.
Well, yeah, that makes sense. I understand why they are, though. I mean, it's basically,
Okay.
what's his name killed himself, and
Yeah.
the rest of the band went on to form New Order. That was one of the most influential bands of the 80s, though.
Oh, and I'm not disagreeing with that.
Yeah. And not just for the 80s, but they're influential
Oh, sure.
just if not more
Interpol,
today.
TV on the radio, the
Right.
Strokes,
Nation of Language.
Oh, of course.
All this stuff.
Cindy Lauper.
Yeah.
I could do it with or without, but I mean, I understand it. But she's not, George Michael, 100%. Willie Nelson, no.
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, Willie Nelson.
Country Hall of Fame, 100%.
Okay.
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, no. Now, if they want to change the name to Music Hall of Fame, all right, the whole conversation changes.
Okay.
Rage Against the Machine, 100%. Soundgarden, 100%. The Spinners, I don't know. The White Stripes, 100%.
I don't know them.
Yeah, I don't know who the Spinners. Do you know the Spinners?
Spinners are from the 60s, man. Old R&B group.
Buddy,
But I mean,
I was born in 85. I was born in 85.
Mm-hmm.
What were you doing in 1985?
I was 16 years old,
Mm-hmm.
and I was in high school. I was listening to the Spinners, man.
I don't think so. And then the White
Lots
Stripes.
of this.
Yeah. The White Stripes. Listen, the White Stripes. First of all, I've already promised my daughter if the White Stripes make it into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame because she's a White Stripes fan, that I will do everything possible to make sure she gets tickets so she can see Meg White play. Because I think this is the only opportunity we're going to see the White Stripes play again, if they do.
She didn't want to play anymore. Is that what it is?
So Meg was, I don't know if you ever watched any of the videos or conversations, Meg was very like antisocial. She was very quiet. She was the background person. She didn't want she let Jack talk.
Yeah.
And and there was a lot of rumors like Jack was forceful to her, but she was just a quiet person. She just wanted to play and go home. Anxiety and depression really took a hold of it, and she ended up canceling tour. I found out, listen to this quick story about with Brad. When Brad was here last time, I'm sorry, when Mike or Brad, when they were here, they saw my White Stripes poster up on the wall. Like, oh, Anthony, you got to see one of the last shows before they called it quit. I said, I had no fucking idea.
Wow.
It was like that show, my show, then they played one show, and then they called it quits. They had no idea. But no, I think the White Stripes 100% deserve to be in.
Yeah.
Warren Zevon, guess.
Werewolves of London, man.
Yeah. Okay, what else?
And the remix of Werewolves of London, which was even better.
Dracula's of London?
Oh my gosh, it was so good.
Okay, great.
Extended dance remix.
So here's the thing. I understand that the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame has opened it up to a lot more things. But I also think that it needs to be, then it's not the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
What are our
Okay.
what do our viewers think?
Brad says, get off my lawn. Matt Behan says, Pearl Jam 2024. Mark says, I agree. Not a big fan of Red Hot Chili Peppers. Only Taylor Swift sold over 1 million albums. There you go. No one is ever pouching my phone again. Went to Jack White in 2015. That was the worst. Shannon, okay. Soundgarden is second year. Number 10 album in 2022 sold 1.3 million albums. Cyndi Lauper, Sands with the Goonies. Spinners is Motown. Doesn't mean you can't listen to older music. Iron Maiden is still going strong. Meg won't play, says Sam. I disagree.
Meg won't play.
That's what she says.
Wow.
I thoroughly disagree.
Okay, I don't know. I mean, I don't know the story, so
me and Charlotte have watched a lot of White Stripes things recently, and we definitely see, we can see, especially the Canadian DVD that did where they were going out, you can see she definitely was putting herself behind Jack, letting Jack White. And there's been, Jack White has said in the past, the White Stripes, I am the White Stripes, and then he would go back and apologize, but I'm not. How can I say?
Is he a douchebag?
I don't think. I've met Jack White. He was super nice.
Okay.
But I think that Meg, and I love Meg White. I do. But I mean,
brother and sister.
No, they were together at one point.
Oh, they were married.
Yeah, I think they were I think. I don't know. There's so many hypotheticals.
I thought it was brother sister.
No.
Thing. Okay. All right.
But I think that the situation at hand.
Yeah.
Is she's like a hermit a little bit, but she's also not the most technical drummer in the world. She did very well, but the White Stripes.
So is that deserving to be in the Hall of Fame?
100%.
Okay. She's just a mediocre drummer.
There's plenty of mediocre drummers in the Hall of Fame. You fucking kidding me? I could go to the list. There'd be a ton of them. Oh my god. Oh god. Hold on a second. Let me see if I have something for you. Ready? This is from Brad. Ready? Knock knock. Who's there? You guys go knock. Ready?
Knock knock. Who's there?
It's Werewolves of London. That's from Brad.
That's not good, Brad. It's terrible.
Dave Bruzy will drum for Meg.
There we go.
Dave finally gets his.
We'll get Richard. We'll get Richard in. Richard come and do that shit, and knock it out in a heartbeat, man.
100%.
Kidding me?
Also,
by the way, Iron Maiden 100% deserve to be in that Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. They're one of the greatest heavy metal bands in the history of heavy metal. They're responsible for a style of heavy metal.
Who's this?
Iron Maiden.
You know what? Here's the thing. I don't know a single.
You need to.
I know nothing about Iron Maiden.
Oh my! Run to the Hills.
Never heard of them.
Oh my god!
Is that another? Is that their
we'll,
band?
We'll dive into it tonight. No, Run to the Hills by Iron Maiden.
Oh, it's a song by them.
One of the great heavy metal songs of all time.
Greatest.
One of the greatest heavy metal.
Top 5.
Top 5 heavy metal song of all time. Run to the Hills. Yeah. They almost invented the galloping guitar. It just it's a band that sounds like 1,000 horses are galloping at you, and you're standing there, and just you can feel it coming at you.
Hold on a second. I want to put this out there. How many hits do the White Stripes have?
How many hits?
Yes.
Well, determine it. I mean, it's top 10.
Here's the thing.
Top 40.
Out of every time you go to a sporting event, what song do you hear from the White Stripes?
I don't know. I don't go to many sporting events.
Seven Nation Army is played at every
Seven
nation.
They have one hit. There we go. Seven Nation.
Fell in Love with a Girl. Hardest Button to Button. Was on the fucking Simpsons.
That doesn't make it a hit.
It was
because
a
on The
hit. It was a
Simpsons.
huge hit. God, the White
You're a
Stripes.
super fan.
No,
You're a
no,
super fan.
I am not a
You're-
super fan.
obviously
I
you
am
are.
not a super
It's
fan.
fine. You don't apologize for it.
Hold on a second. No, because now my frustration lies in the fact that like people don't believe, and the White Stripes should be a first time ballot Hall of
White
Fame.
Blood Cells is a great album.
There's-
Seven Nation Army is a great song.
I guarantee you that you know more by the White Stripes than you're putting off.
Okay.
Okay, let's okay. So we know for a fact Seven Nation Army, you know it, right?
There we go. Yep.
Okay. Let's say Icky Thump.
I've heard that song.
Okay. Fell in Love with a Girl.
I mean, I don't know it by the name of the song or by the title, but I'm sure I've heard it.
It was the first single that came out. Hardest Button to Button. Dead Leaves in a Dirty Ground. We're Gonna Be Friends.
We're Gonna Be Friends, but that was a cover, wasn't it?
So many. Hotel Yoruba.
That's,
Blue Orchid.
folks, am I alone here? I don't know. I don't know these by name.
How are people Dead Leaves
Listen.
in Dirt? How first of all, this is like saying right now, if you don't think the White Stripes belong in the Hall of Fame, you might as well say that, I don't know. Eddie Vedder doesn't sing music. The same thing.
Is that the same thing?
Fucking same thing.
Okay. There's no arguing. I can see it.
You should.
I agree. Yeah, there we go.
God.
Okay.
Jack, and I will even say this, Jack White in my lifetime, so
Yeah.
from 1985 now, is a top 10 guitarist.
He is an excellent guitar player.
100%.
Yeah.
I am a little frustrated by this conversation right now. I'm going to put this out there.
They're an excellent band. I like their music.
Why? First of all, I am a little even more upset by Brad that he's only saying that only 3 songs charted in the top 100. What is going on right now?
It's because you're a super fan and
I
you
am
love
not
that. You obviously are, and you love that band so much, and you listen to those albums so many times that you just assume that everyone else has heard those songs, but they really haven't. Get off my lawn!
No, you answer the door.
I'm not doing that.
Answer the door.
Who is it?
The White Stripes getting into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. All right, let's get into Evenflow, shall we? All right.
That's not how those jokes go. With, by the way, Anthony.
It works for me.
It needs to be something who, and then
No,
right, who is it? Knock. Who's there? Right. Anyway.
Hey, guess what?
All right, let's go Evenflow.
Hold on a second. We put in
By the
Evenflow.
way.
We are number 3. We have moved up the charts of the.
about that?
If you search Pearl Jam Evenflow right now, we are number 3 on that. So let's go Evenflow live, and we are number. Oh, we've dropped down heavily on that one. We're like 12th on that. Okay.
We've got to. In my opinion, if we're going to watch a live, I know that the audience gets a vote on this, but it needs to be a 1992 version.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Pearl Jam Evenflow.
Oh, that's is that unplugged right there?
No, it's Yotrich.
Europe. Pro shot. Oh, backwards hat Eddie too.
Should we do that one?
Yeah, that's a good one.
All right.
I mean, I don't want to. I feel like maybe because I'm the house guest tonight, I get to pick this one instead
Listen,
of sending it out to the.
you know what? Listen, for these 90% of people that don't agree with the White Stripes being into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, I'll let you choose. So this is 1992, somewhere over in Europe, Pearl Jam playing Evenflow.
Yeah.
We'll be right back.
Here we go.
If it plays music. All right. So we were just talking, and we're saying, I think we should play a newer version of Evenflow to see the difference between something from 92 to, let's say, 2022. So I am going to find something from 2022 that has soundboard attached to it, so we can just see the difference and see how differently it's played, especially Matt Cameron playing over Dave.
Yeah,
and
put 2022 up there.
Oh, I guess so that would probably make it go a little quicker, shouldn't it? See? Let's do that. All right.
I don't think either. Probably a soundboard though.
I bet you there's somebody.
Oh, there's full video HD right there.
Which one? This one?
Rome.
Rome. That's 2018 though.
Oh.
Let's go with. I said we'll go the first one. Let's go to Toronto. All right, we're gonna go to Toronto 2022 Evenflow. This band is called The Pearl of the Jam.
First of all, they spelled his name wrong.
I know this. Yeah. Well, let's just. I can't speak too much to this, but it is. Let's just see if we get that in clear. I love you, EDDY. Well, in Canada, that's how they spell it.
They're funny up there.
It's not I. They add the Y.
Yeah.
That's. I didn't know if you know that. Brad does that too. All right. Let's see. let's get. Come on, enough talking, and let's play. Let's play. And part of we're 3 minutes into the song.
Yeah.
And look, cell phones up. We didn't see that in 92, did we?
All of them. A lot of cell phones.
Oh, look, they're all coming up now. They're popping up.
He's just not as angry.
No, his hairline's gone back and his anger has gone down.
That's what $80 million will do for you. You're just not going to be angry anymore.
I mean, I lost my hairline, but didn't get $80 million.
So all the fans who want to leave and go to the bathroom break, it's the rest of the people that are there who maybe they're the first or second time of seeing Pearl Jam.
Yeah.
They wanted to hear this song. They want to hear all 10.
But here's the thing. Look at all those cell phones. They're all on Eddie.
Yeah.
They're missing out on Mike and Jeff. I'm just saying that.
Yeah.
Oh, now look. Now they're moving over to Mike. I feel like we're Mystery Theater Science right now. Like Mr. Science. Like just.
Can we start doing like funny voices for Ed? And that's the thing, they're all having fun up there. But it was just such a more serious song back then, when it was written, right? I mean, it was an angry song,
It was very serious.
He's not jumping as high as he used to.
No.
That's changed since 2018. Look at that. Right behind. There you go. See? He didn't do that in 92.
No. So Brad and Sam and I were front row in Spokane back in 2000, and Brad's going to chime in. I can't remember if it was 13 or when that was, but we were front row in Spokane right in front of Mike, and they played this, and it's the exact same way. Behind the head. I mean, it's just impressive. I don't care who you are.
I can't do that. Can you?
I can air guitar that like that, no problem.
See, we should have took an edible. The shit could have got interesting. Mike McCready's easily, what, top 5 guitarist of the last 30 years?
Yeah, I think so. You know, we're biased. Remember, don't forget we're.
I know we're biased, but realistically, could give me other guitarists that are better, that are able to accomplish what he accomplishes in the last 30 years.
Yeah. That's his 1959 Strat, right?
Well, I think, isn't that wrong? It wasn't. We found out it wasn't a 59. It was like a 62. Like after they did some research on it.
Oh, I don't know. I thought they did a redo of it, and those are the ones, the guitars they were selling for $15,000.
I know, it was
right?
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Wow, there's a hot topic coming up here after this song from a comment being made. It's to be interesting.
Okay.
See, I bet you Eddie can dance to any song.
I bet Eddie dances to Spoon these days.
Oh,
Damn.
you think you're so funny? Let me give you this. All that. You know, I'm really starting to regret the fact that we didn't take that MLS in Seattle position, because we could have done these shows more often together.
Yeah. Well, I hope you'll come up in March.
That's right.
That's the other thing. We'll do a show from the tasting room. If you come up.
Oh, there you go. So, hold on. It is a 1960. We have a random request. All right, I think we got that. I think we got the fat. We got that. We got the.
All right.
All right. So, there's been a lot of comments coming through, more than I was expecting, between YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, everywhere.
Okay.
So first of all, the guitar's from 1960.
Okay. 1960.
That's the first thing. And then here's the hot topic. I really want you to think about this. I'm gonna zoom in on you, by the way, for this one. When you hear this comment, I want you to look right into your hot camera. You ready for this?
I got it.
Mike is the only band member that has gotten better and more entertaining over the years.
Yeah, I don't doubt that. I agree
Oh,
with that.
shit. Okay.
I agree with that. I mean, Eddie is still very entertaining. You know, I mean, Jeff's entertaining. Stone, he's not all. He never was all over the place, but he was a little more out there.
Yeah.
Stone just loves to sit in the pocket. He just likes to sit there and just do.
And
his
he's
thing
been doing that for 30 plus years.
But in the early days, he definitely was he rocked out a little more, and now he's just, he's old man Stone. That's okay.
Sam says, also, Ed at almost 60, and he's still rocking, so I cut him some slack on not jumping as high. I hope that I can jump higher than him at 60.
Well, you're on the way. You know what I mean? You look great.
I don't know, man. I
lost
keep
the man-
seeing
you
a
lost the-
side
you
angle
lost
of
the entire
me.
Human.
I feel like I keep trying to suck in more.
They have camera apps for that.
I'm gonna have to get that. I feel gross right now. I ate too
I'm
much.
gonna send you. They make these body things that
Oh.
you can wear. You can basically pull them up over your stomach and it just sucks it right in.
I'm looking forward to that package.
All right. Merry Christmas.
Yeah. So then we got a request. I don't know what this is, and we're gonna do it because why not? I was told to play a song from, I don't know who the hell this is.
That's Sepultura.
I have no idea what it is.
And who asked you to play this?
Rena FVS.
I think Maybe Renan works for Sepultura.
Do you know who that is?
Yeah. This is like a. This is.
I don't even. Don't please.
Dark.
Don't tell me anything. I don't know who this is. So is this something okay? This is gonna be interesting. All right. So this is. Is there like an actual performance of it? I don't know what the hell this is.
Mm-mm.
Is this?
Oh, it's a movie. Behind the Music with Andrea's Kisser.
What the hell is this? I thought you said you knew what this was.
Sepultura is like a metal band, like speed metal.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I've never Andrea's Kisser. But it's not like it's not like a song. It's like the person. Oh, he's the guitarist.
I got you. There we go.
Okay, let's just go. So I guess this person's saying that this person is a guitarist that should be
Like top 5.
let's see, live solo. Let's do that. All right. So I'm gonna play it. I know nothing about this. So that's a guitarist, right? So this person saying that in the last 30 years, this is...
You love metal. I mean, I love metal.
But this sounds like every other metal song.
That's gonna elicit some comments for sure.
I probably know. I know the words to this song.
What the fuck is... No. No. Nope.
No. All right.
Nope. 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 No, 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 no. No, 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 no.
Not for you.
Nope. Not for me at all.
All right.
No. That was
Tomorrow
just...
I'm going to send you an Iron Maiden playlist.
That
And
was-
while you're driving.
No, I'm good.
around between. No, that's it's a different band.
Nah, I'm all right.
All right.
It's
run,
just-
run to the hills, man.
Everybody listen to my music. Die, 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 die.
That's all I hear. It hurt my throat.
You're not going to get into the doom metal genre. I can tell.
No.
Yeah.
The hardest thing I listen to is probably like Fall of Troy. And that guy is a fantastic guitarist.
Is you good?
Have you ever heard of that?
I mean, I've heard of the band, but I haven't listened.
All
to
right,
it,
real quick,
so.
we'll do that. Then we'll continue.
We need to talk about Evenflow.
We will.
We haven't even talked about it.
Listen, I don't.
We just watched 2 versions of it.
We did. We'll get to it. Hold on. But we were talking about guitarists. Like if we're gonna. So this is the exact song I was listening to. Okay.
All right.
And we're gonna do it live because that's the only way to see this. All right. So this is a band called Fall of Troy.
Okay.
All right. Let's do this. And
Thank you guys so much. You've been so much fucking fun.
see how nice he is. Let's go here.
We'll be hanging out after. Everybody enjoy.
Look, he's high fiving everyone. He's so nice.
We are Sean Troy. Thank you.
Watch his fingers.
Ooh, it's pretty good.
See, this is as heavy as I get. Have you ever crowd surfed?
Yeah. Pearl Jam dropping the park for sure. Pearl Jam in Athens, Georgia.
I wish I was skinny enough to crowd surf. I'm pretty sure I'd break a poor girl's hands. If I went up in the air, I'd kill someone. I'd probably be in jail.
If you like jumped off the stage, you see the crowd just like separate out. and you'd be-
I'd be Jack Black, right fucking face in
Yeah.
the ground, dead.
yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna talk about different music. That's it. All right. So let's go to Live Footsteps, shall we? Live Footsteps, where we get all of our information. Oh, I'm getting yelled at. Stay on target.
Thank you, Brad.
Stay the course. Even flow. Yeah. Where are the stats? I'm getting there. Okay. Get on Iron Maiden. No, we'll talk about that later. All right. So even flow. Right. Here we go. Played 881 times.
It's a
And
lot.
opener 25 times.
I'll bet that 20 times was in between 91 and 93.
Okay. We'll
Yeah,
check. We could check on that.
They had 2 albums. They had one album for a while. They
The
had 2
number
albums.
one song before it at 74 times. Once.
Yep.
Dissident comes in quite second at
Yep.
48. Big difference between 74 and 48. Given a Fly at 40, Daughter at 29, and then it just kind of falls off from there.
Yeah.
Song after, the number one song, Daughter. Why Go?
Mm-hmm.
State of Love and Trust, and Alive. I enjoy an even flow to an Alive. Any thoughts on that?
Yeah. I mean, you're in the world of 10. That's probably why, the opener was. I mean, the song played before it was off of 10 as well. I mean, that's why I think that as an opener, I'm guessing it was mostly in the early years. So
It has been played at 82% of shows since its debut on October 22nd, 1990.
that's a lot.
Think about that. 82% of shows.
Yeah. So October 22nd, 1990 was the first show, of course,
Yep.
at the off ramp. And that's a lot. I'm telling you, that's got to be the most played or second most played song next to Alive.
Can somebody tell me what if Evenflow is the #1 song played ever. I can't find the stats on here, so I'm gonna have to. But 2022, it looked like it was played at every show. It was the opener at Pink Pop overseas. Let's go down a little bit more. I'm trying to find out when the last time it was an opener. Wow, we're good.
Where do you see the opener at?
So
In
the
notes? Is
yeah,
there
yes,
in
there's
the
this little
notes?
see this
I
little
got
symbol
you.
right here.
I got you. Yeah,
Show opener.
Okay. Yeah, I got you. Okay.
See, this is why you go. So if you
That's
really
why I go to Footsteps.
livefootsteps.org for all of your Pearl Jam statistical needs.
Yeah.
Go to livefootsteps.org. Now, as we continue to roll down through to where 2015, 2014, 2013, 2012, 2011, you might be right about openers back in the early 90s because it ain't. I mean, that's even now we're looking at it. That was a pretty fucking rare thing for it to do in 2022 to be an opener. 2005, shit.
Yeah.
2004, 2003.
Look at that tour in 2003.
That was a big tour. That was a big
That's
tour.
a big one. Yeah.
And you know what? That's where a lot of people got their numbers from. I mean, a lot of people went and saw them a lot of times. I know Rebecca went and saw them quite a few times in 2003. 2000. All right, here, 2000. So the last time it was an opener prior to 2022 was 22 years prior
Pittsburgh, PA.
in Pittsburgh, PA. Now, here's a $1 million question. What do you think the song was afterwards?
I don't know.
I'm going to say once.
I'm going to say Alive.
Why does it say that's not right?
Oh, that's the, I think that, was that the preset?
Trouble, Dead Man, Naked Eyes, Parting Ways.
Did they do a solo? They didn't do a acoustic set first, did they?
I don't know, but why is Evenflow number 5? To Hail Hail. Interesting.
Ooh.
It says it's an
there we
opener.
go. All right.
I don't know.
Let's go down to 1992.
All right, 90. We're continuing till I see. That's Pittsburgh. Continuing. All right, 95.
Yep.
So think about it. In the last 28 years,
3 times.
3 times as an
Yeah.
opener. And that was in Australia.
Yep.
And then 94, 93, here we go. 2-2. There we go. This was a tease. It was teased, and then it was not played.
Mm-hmm.
3, and then 92. Yeah, here's
we
your heavy hitters.
Yep.
You're correct. That was the Eddie Vedder
Thank you.
solo before.
Thank you.
Evenflow
it was.
is the most played song per
we go.
bread.
Yep.
Wow, that's crazy. Where do you like to see your Evenflow? Early on, later on?
I like it. It should be towards the end of the first set. You know, kind of keep that energy built up. So it's if you looked at the kind of pre and post the songs before and after this, they're usually in a set of. It's usually like energetic songs. You know, it's not like it just stops off and then goes straight into black after Evenflow, that kind of thing. You know, it's in a more energetic part of the show. So yeah,
I like.
when I have to go to the restroom, that's when I like to see it.
Here's the thing. If I was
I'm just
Pearl,
kidding.
if I was Pearl Jam, I play Evenflow and then right afterwards play the most fucking rare song to piss people off. I'm just saying. Be like, maybe you should hang around more often.
Ooh, what if they did like a speed? So they start off Evenflow,
Mhm.
and then they watch 20% of the crowd go to the restroom, but then they do a speed version of it, and then they come back and they play a song they never played before.
Or if they did
Just
or if they did an acoustic version like they did with Lucan.
Ooh.
Like they just like came out and they're like-
Acoustic Lucan was so good.
oh my god, it was
Yeah.
in New York at MSG when they started doing it, and everyone was like, "What the fuck is he playing?" And then he goes, and then he went, "I'm going to Lucan's." Everyone if you listen to this, everyone's like, "Whoa, mind fuck," because most people don't know the lyrics to that song because it's just played so fast. That's not a karaoke song.
Yeah.
I mean, are you karaokeing to Lucan?
I'd karaoke anything.
Of course.
Yeah. Give me the lyrics.
I don't know. Even if I had the lyrics, I don't know if I can sing it that fast. So yeah, there's a lot going on with Evenflow. So, but here's the $1 million question. Let me get our graphics up a little bit.
You know that song is responsible for a ton of fans. Like that's the reason.
100%.
Like you mentioned earlier that this reason got this. So it's how do you hate on a song that got you into a particular band? That's what I wonder.
I like Evenflow. I don't understand the hate behind it. I understand people, like you were saying before, there's people out there that have seen it so many times that it's kind of like, it's kind of a bum kill.
Yeah, and not like plus you've heard it a million times too. If you played that 10 disc as many times, that you've heard that song a lot.
That's cool. I mean, but there's how many everyone that's listening to the show, most of us are in our 30s, 40s, 50s. Brad's probably in his 70s. Sam's in her 80s. But and they're on AARP. So they were 8-track people. But I mean, most people, they burned through CDs, they burned through tapes, cassettes. There's that you listen to something so much you kind of wore it out.
Yeah.
It happens to all of us.
Yeah. I still have my original 10 CD, by the way.
Really?
The OG, signed by the band.
Oh.
Eddie had a different signature back then.
That is an interesting topic that was up on discussion this morning on this one group that I'm on that talked about how Eddie's signature has changed over the years.
Oh, yeah. So it was so different.
Yeah,
and it was a ballpoint pen, which is even worse. So,
God.
Yeah.
Because the Eddie signature I have over there is different than what he does now.
yeah. How about that?
Yeah, crazy.
Now he's got a nice signature. Maybe he has a copywriter that does it for him.
It could be.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't.
I would hope not.
So, yeah.
Am I interrupting you?
No, I miss you, Holly.
Oh, how cute, how cute. If I only could tell her exactly what you're saying when you said, then
I didn't tell you about our weekend.
oh, when you actually went into. I'm telling. Biggest mistake Root ever did was leave these updates on this fucking soundboard.
Yeah.
13 minutes before I even went on live on the show and found out I can do all this now.
Yeah. I'm surprised you even know where the buttons are and can figure that thing out.
It took me a long time to figure this shit out.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Oh God.
But
All right.
listen, let's just finish the discussion about Evenflow because
Okay.
If you're a Pearl Jam fan, and you certainly have been a Pearl Jam fan from the beginning, it's to me it's just I find it hard that you just don't like this song. It's difficult for I love playing air guitar. That's a fucking great song to air guitar too, right? The hook in that at the beginning is just so hooky.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the problem. Maybe it's just so mainstream rock that people are put off by it because of that. I don't know. Brad, what do you think of this song?
For everyone listening, I want to know.
Tony Bounds. Well, I know Tony Bounds loves this song.
I just need a yes or no. Is this in your top 20 favorite Pearl Jam songs of all time? For me,
Top 20?
it's a yes.
Yeah, it's got to be in there.
Because there's a connection to my beginning love of the
Yeah.
band.
Yeah.
There's it's still exciting. I will tell you this: when you separate,
By the way, if we went back and looked at our 2.5 years of shows, and we looked at every time we say that's definitely a top 5 song, we've listed like 42 songs that are in our top 10. All right, so it shows you how it's a moving target. It's a moving target. Brad's probably been keeping stats on how we've been reading the song. I don't know. Yeah.
I feel bad for Brad. I talk to Brad on a daily basis the best I can. Here recently, it's been kind of difficult, but we communicate the best we can. And he'll give me shit about things like he goes, you said that, but you meant this. I'm like, oh, or like he'll be like, he goes, you like illiterate light, but you're as illiterate as they come. I'm like, oh well, well, whatever, I get it. No, it's. Evenflow realistically is a top 20 song. I mean, probably 1920, but there's a connection to that song to the band. When I saw Pearl Jam at See Here Now Festival, and I think we got Evenflow, and if we did, I'm pretty sure we did. I still got excited for it because it was the first time in you're talking years that we hadn't heard it. That's an exciting song.
Yeah. You have to remember the video for that too. That was from the Moore Theater.
Yep.
And that video gave you your first glimpse at that band, of what that band does live, and what a live show at what a live Pearl Jam show is like.
Yeah.
Eddie jumping off of the banister into the crowd right there, and it was like that's where the connection was for me, is watching that video. Certainly listening to the song too, but just seeing that, you're like, God, I mean, in my world, nobody was doing that.
No.
At the time, the band that we were listening to and the crowd surfing and all that stuff, it just wasn't a thing yet. And so it just was exciting. And I don't know, man, it's just a hooky song.
It's a hooky song.
Yeah. But
I agree.
again, hooky songs, sometimes they get overplayed fairly easily.
Sure.
You listen to something and you're like, and that's the way it is like with new music. You hear something immediately, you're like, oh man, that's incredible. You're going to burn out of it fairly quickly. You know, for me, the songs that you really get into, the ones that take like 3 or 4 listens to really get into it. Those are the ones that, for me, that stick with you for a long time. The hookier ones kind of fall off a little bit. So I think that maybe that's part of the problem.
I look at Evenflow as the gateway drug to Pearl Jam. This is like if you look at like Pink Floyd and you look at like Money, or if you look at like, oh, I don't fucking know.
White Stripes.
We're talking about Pink Floyd.
Seven Nation Army.
Oh, sure, Seven Nation Army. It gets you hooked, and then you're like, I got to dig deeper into the band.
Yeah.
Evenflow is a prime example of a song where, oh, I like this, and then it gets you into the band.
Yeah.
And they're one of their most popular songs, and it's the most radio-friendly popular songs besides Alive.
Yeah.
If you are a radio DJ that has no connection to the fandom of Pearl Jam, and you're gonna play a Pearl Jam song, I almost guarantee you that a regular DJ that just is knowledgeable of top hits is either gonna play Alive or Evenflow.
I'm sure this is probably still their most played song on the radio. If you listen, because I don't listen to radio anymore.
No.
But you know, all the formatted radio stations that are playing classic rock, you know, which is, by the way, is classic rock now.
Oh fuck.
Okay. I mean, think about this. I remember in the early '80s. When I was, riding around with my dad, we had 96 Rock in Atlanta and Z93 in Atlanta, the two kind of classic rock stations. Those classic rock stations were playing the Beatles and the Stones and CCR and Neil Young and, Crosby, Stills, Nash and all that stuff. That music was 15 years old.
Well, yeah, think about it. So from right now, 30 years ago was when Pearl Jam.
32 years ago.
32 years
ago.
So 32 years from 90 would have been 58.
85. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's old.
So that's
it was before rock and roll, really. I mean, the birth of it, right?
What was playing in 58?
1950. Chuck Berry, Little Richard.
Crazy to think, right?
Yeah.
Man, God, you're old.
Yeah, Elvis.
Do you like Elvis? Honestly,
I mean, he's entertaining. I got Elvis Christmas album is great.
Okay. So is the Muppets Christmas album.
That's a good one too.
That is a good one.
That's a good one.
All
And
right.
Chipmunks too. Chipmunk punk.
Chipmunks are good
Oh,
stuff.
that's a good one, man. Chipmunks covering Blondie. Come on.
Oh. All right. So listen, we've been going for almost 2 hours.
Oh, that's a long one. That's a live. See, that's why we do these remotely. Otherwise, we just never get through.
We would never get through these.
Yeah.
God, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's good stuff.
Good to be in studio with you.
Man, this was. I've been looking forward to this.
Yeah, me too.
I will say this, and I'm gonna say this eye to eye right now.
Okay.
While we're here, and I've said this to you in the past, but I mean it. In 2.5 years, you could have easily said, "I'm sick of this." Right? Kept the show consistent. You still do it every month with me. We still get to have laughs. We still have people tuning in. We still have the downloads. We still. It is. I can't thank you enough for continuing to do this show. I mean, we're going to be celebrating 3 years in August, which is mind blowing to me.
I have enjoyed carrying on my back for 3 years. It's been amazing.
And listen, when I first started the show, I was really fat. Now I'm minorly fat, so I can only imagine how fucking hurt your back hurts.
Really hard. It was really hard.
That's
No.
that.
No.
Oh,
you
dude,
know,
hold
I love doing this show. So.
on a second. Damn it.
That's what she said.
See, how do you know that that's right there?
I've programmed this board.
Okay, there we go. Yeah.
All right. So, Trey, do you have any final words to say before we sign off for the evening?
Just that I miss my wife, Holly. I love you so much. I'll see you on Thursday. How about that?
That was beautiful.
All right, thank you.
Until next time, whenever that is, tune in this Friday for another episode of another Unnecessary List where we talk about the Rock and Roll fame with me and Brian Meth. Information coming out tomorrow. Until next time, I am Anthony, and this is Trey in studio. Thank you for tuning in.
There's no more books, there's no more school. Energy is yours.